How's it going, sir, on Segway, guys? So I have my belt drive in. I'm still running the Kaniwaba pedal kit. It's running pretty good. This is not really hot off the charger, but the voltage is pretty good. Got my GPS going. Yeah, so I didn't really talk about the X controller that much in the last video because I hadn't ridden it yet, but I have ridden around so far, and it's working pretty good. It is way quieter than the square wave controller, and the throttle modulation is actually like really smooth. Like if you see how the bike kind of just creeps up when I give it a little bit of throttle, before my bike would just go. It was like almost like an on-off switch with the old controller. So this is actually really nice. Yeah, and it doesn't make that creaking noise anymore either. So like the other controller, when it was drawing power from the battery, it'd make like a creaking sound or like a ticking sound, and it was really noisy. That's one of the things that I noticed when I was riding with other Suron guys when they're running their X's, because the MX square wave controller is not even available anymore. Yeah, and the belt kit is awesome. It's quiet, but the gearing sucks. So I'm actually thinking about, I saw some guy in Utah, he has like like a bunch of belt kits. I guess he ordered from one of the guys in Europe, and it's got the like the sprocket that has the little tooth down the middle, and I guess it's designed like that so it pushes the debris off to the side. And that he has those in like better gearing, like 52T equivalent and factory. So it's like 320 shipped. It's pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. If he responds, I might just buy it, because like I really like how quiet the bike is now. You know, especially for these multi-use trails when you're dealing with horses, dogs, you know, joggers, walkers, hikers, all sorts of people. So it helps making almost no noise versus having 1, 2, or 3 chains. So when it comes to Luna's I guess the 219 kit, as well as even their belt drive, the front pulley or the front sprocket, they do wear out rather quickly. So and the only way to replace it is to buy the whole kit again, and Luna's kit for the belt is like $260 something. I bought mine used on Facebook for $150, so I'm like, you know, that's not bad. Might as well give it a shot, right? So yeah, the belt kit works pretty good. People complain about it, but yeah, out here in California, where it looks like it's gonna rain, but where it rains maybe 2 weeks out of the year, and it's just mostly dusty and dry, I think belts are king out here, unless you're like doing burnouts and wheelies where you might actually strip them out. As for the primary belt, I did get the one from Dirt Legal that's supposedly 50% stronger than the factory one, but I'm still using like a $10 timing belt right now. Yeah, I've never had any issues with the belt, so we'll just see how it goes. If I do buy that upgraded secondary belt kit from the guy in Utah, I may just throw in the Dirt Legal belt just to, you know, make sure I don't have to do any more work later on down the line because of strip teeth. So let's go ahead and see how fast this thing goes and listen to how loud it is. So any noise you hear is probably going to be from the Kaniwaba chain kit. Oh, on the plus side, like the chain kit, I can actually pedal it now because of the gearing. Works pretty well. So yeah, let's go. So it's super quiet right now. So this is eco mode. I actually put a piece of tape over the microphone port, so hopefully the wind noise isn't that bad. I've seen other people do like some foam stuff, and that works as well. But Yeah, right now I'm full throttling it, and like in the old setup, I would probably be wearing rubber even with the other controller. But right now, it's like, yeah, it's so quiet. A bigger road, a higher speed road, and then I'll go ahead and test the sport mode, see how far in terms of gearing. Right now down to 63 volts on the sag. So this does have regen, and it will cut off my battery if it pushes it over 67.2 or whatever. So right now, since my voltage is kind of high, I'm just keeping it in eco, so the regen doesn't shut the bike off. Yeah, you know, I'm going pretty fast and I'm just wearing shorts. Probably should have wore my riding gear, but it's been a while since this bike's ever gone past 30 miles an hour. See how things go. I'm gonna take a ride on this main road right here. It's a little faster. And we'll double back through by the railroad tracks. Alright, gunning it. I'm gonna flip it over into sport right now. Alright, get some tuck. Oh, I feel like the power is like that a little bit. I wonder if it's the throttle that's doing that. Because I was definitely going faster with the square wave controller. You know what? Let's see what happens again. Let's take off. Yeah, the torque on the bottom end is good in sport mode. So the power is like dialing back. And it's keeping it at 35. So with my square actually, hey, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. You know, I don't need that top speed, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I don't need to go 46. So yeah, the square wave control actually had me going faster, but this is actually pretty sweet. I like this. Keep me out of trouble. Maybe it's because I don't have a COM port attached. So that's cool. I like it. So we shall see. Maybe I should try a domino throttle or a different type of throttle and see what happens. Or maybe this controller just doesn't like my generic e-bike throttle. Yeah, all the slow speed climbing on this is pretty much gone. 42 T sprocket equivalent in the rear. No bueno. But it's fun. It feels more ballsy. I should look up that domino throttle. See if it changes anything. Definitely working, and then when I shut it off, then the regen's gone. Cool. Well, I guess that gives me something more to tinker with later. Downhill. We'll see how my acceleration is. Sport. That's good, I guess. Back to the standard gearing, and it'll keep me in a nice legal zone. And let's just call it here. Alright guys, I'm back. So after some thoughts, I was like, man, it really felt like the controller was dialing back my top speed. And then I realized, like, on the older Surrounds like mine, a 2018, to unlock the top speed, you actually had to connect the green and black wire. But then in later years, after I think like May of 2019, yeah, you had to cut that wire. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then like I don't have that little COM port for the battery, so I can't cut it up here. So I had to take the controller off and go deeper into the harness, or what's left of it, and then cut that green and black wire down there. And then just off the bike, you know, I tested the top speed on the rear wheel spinning, and it looked like it was spinning faster in sport mode. So I'm gonna see if it's gonna dial back my power at around, what was it, like 33 miles an hour last time I rode. So we'll see. Let's give these cars some space just in case this bike actually starts going fast again, but we'll see. All right. So I'm going uphill right now. 34, 7. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I had to cut that wire. Ooh, a car. Sometimes they don't see you. Still going a little bit uphill. I'll try to get back to that one stretch down below on the main strip, and then see how it feels. Yeah, now I'm not worried about the regen. Like, that bike's still pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my lights. Brake light as well. Up to speed on that flat stretch. But yeah, it was kind of weird. on the first ride out, when it was just like, I felt like the power was double when I was in sport mode, but then when the speed was cutting out at like 33 miles an hour, I was like, huh, that's kind of weird. So it's not a throttle voltage issue, which I was thinking it might be, because I know the bikes can be finicky depending on the throttles. Like this bike actually came with one of the throttle boxes that used a traditional cable throttle, and then when I initially went to the ASI controller, I deleted it, and then it had remained that way for quite some time. Alright, so let's see how this bike does its speed. Nice to know. What's interesting is, like, the little limp mode that they had before was like 10 kilometers per hour, like 6 miles per hour. So when I first got this bike back in 2018 and I powered it up and I was riding around, I'm like, this bike is only going 6 miles an hour. And yeah, so then, you know, doing the little, you know, well, as much research as I could to find out how to unlock the full speed, it was the connect the wires, not cut the wires. Oh, nice to go fast again. It's been a while. Probably should have put on gear.